Vervecast. I'm your host, Brian Hayden, and joining me as always is Melissa Murray and Chef Nathan Scribner.
Well, most of the things that I make are horrible ideas which end in injury.
But he is fishing using crack cocaine as bait. Apparently, fish love crack. Ah, jeez.
Welcome everybody to Chronic Verve Podcast, episode 26, the third episode of the summer podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Scribner, joined by, as always, Isaac Jolly Moore and Evan Britt Sharp.
Or Richard.
Jolly. Or Richard.
Moore.
Hey, I was adding to the suspense. Jolly. More! Like you're an MMA fighter. They would do that pause.
I don't watch it.
That's okay. It's the big thing. And then they're like, fighting out of this corner is Isaac Jolly Moore! So that's what it was right there. Just lead up to that. Or just
What's
have
that guy's name? Bruce Buffer?
Bruce Buffer. That guy's voice.
When that guy retires, how hard of a time do they have replacing him? Like, it's going to be a hard time.
There's going to be some guy come along.
Somebody's got the
With
voice.
a golden
What,
voice.
like, he
Remember
has
back
to be
in the
something
day-
new, though. He can't be the same thing.
No, but do you remember way back when, like, that homeless guy?
No. Oh, yes.
Yeah, that. No, wait, finish the story. Yeah, you're right. I do remember it. Fuck off.
Well, how many homeless people have to go, oh, he's the man with the golden voice?
No, but it's that guy. It's like he actually got hired by like a basketball team too.
Has the longest face ever. Like, not long,
It's-
like, sad, but long, like, length. Like, I'm like,
Him versus Sarah Jessica Parker. Like,
him versus Chef Michael Smith.
okay, nobody's gonna do
With
that
the hair.
except for us.
Check him out though.
Well, what's
Chef
his whole
Michael
name?
Represent PEI. Yeah.
He just brought one of the...
Yeah, Bay Fortunes.
Yeah, the old stomping grounds.
Yeah, Hunter is gonna go work there.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah, no, it's a big deal for them. But we'll just step away from that. I'm not gonna get ourselves in trouble with anything. Isaac, how was your week?
He was good.
It's good. Anything exciting?
I just finished working
Mike.
last night. Like I worked last night. I got home and slept for 4 hours.
Good.
And I went out to visit my family today because round of applause for my father's birthday. Golf clap. I'm 51 years old. We had a little supper for him. He didn't show up, but we had a supper for
Still not gonna joke, is he?
He had better things to do, but
We had cake, barbecue. It was great until he showed up. No, and then I just came back to Charlottetown. Literally, I want to say like an hour and a half before you guys showed up.
yeah, not bad. Not bad. Spend some time with a woman before we show up. Then the whole shit show begins because we get here.
Yeah.
All goes downhill after that.
There goes the peace and quiet.
Exactly. We have been here. We kick in the door. They better not be banging. And I walk downstairs and like, we're watching TV.
Nope.
I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah.
And then I just walk away.
Not even a bit of fellatio.
Not even a bit of Phil.
Who's Phil Acio?
Phil Acio. What did you thought about Phil? Who's Phil?
Dr. Phil? Is Dr. Phil really Dr. Phil Acio?
We were talking
Not
about.
fellatio.
We had this whole
I'd let you
conversation.
meet that man.
I don't know if I would. It's a man. You just said man.
Well, it could be.
You just said I want to meet that man.
Could be a woman.
You do your thing then.
Well, maybe he's got some pointers
I'll go
to
meet
help
his
me.
wife. Well, you're blowing a dude?
No.
There's no coming back from that. He's done.
Oh, you're done.
Evan, how was your week?
I felt very productive this week. I finished school a couple weeks ago, so now I spent the week lazing around playing Xbox like a total loser.
Yeah,
That
sounds like
doesn't
you.
sound
That sounds like
bad.
you when you're in school.
More or less. Yeah.
Just a little less time in school, now more time playing.
I'm a little more awake and alert now because I'm up in the morning.
I could use to be a little bit more of a loser.
Do you want to come take the pointers?
Yeah.
This guy's got
You gotta
an
be
hour.
Out for free lessons.
You're a bullshit.
Sweet. That's a pull-out couch.
Oh my.
And you know what?
I don't
pull
pull
it
out.
up and I go.
That joke's too close to home.
It's funny because you have a kid.
Yeah, no. I'm so glad you explained that.
Does your couch ever pull out?
It has like it leans back.
Lean back. What if you get like a couch with what do you call it, the car things where it's like pneumatics, whatever, where it's like you pit the car.
Hydraulics?
Yeah, that's the one.
Pneumatics, like
Like those things?
I want a pneumatic couch.
No, I'm talking
They go up.
I'm talking like latex
That's
block.
hydraulics. That is hydraulics.
Yeah.
Hydraulic couch. That sounds awful. You go to take a nap and hit the button. It's like, fuck!
And who hosts that show? Because 50 Cent hosts Pimp My Ride.
Oh,
Right? No,
oh,
Exhibit hosts.
Yeah, Exhibit.
Yeah.
Who? Yeah, who? Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much. Where's he been these past
In a garage. Hosting a lame fucking car show.
that nobody's seen since God knows when?
Since like 2005.
At least. Did you guys ever watch Monster House?
No.
That was on Discovery?
I think so.
Oh my god, that was one of my favorite shows because this guy, I can't remember his name now, came in. He's like, oh, our house is shit. Well, tell me a theme and we'll build the most ridiculous house based on it. And it was such a good show. I always wanted my house to get like Monster House crew to come in. It was amazing. Fuck, I'm so sad the show isn't on anymore.
Who was the host of that?
I honestly can't think of his name right now. He was, I don't even know. It was a good show though. If you haven't seen it, look it up. Seriously, everybody.
What about like that show MTV Cribs? You guys a fan?
Cribs, always a good guy.
It makes me aspire.
I always-
It's close home again, right?
I always loved it whenever they did like the hockey players. Because they always had like the best memorabilia in their houses.
Well,
I
obviously,
just signed
Yeah.
jerseys and like the sticks and the gloves, and they'd be able to say like, "Oh, this is the stick that I used Game 7 '94."
But I know a guy who he is some form of like camera person with the Columbus Blue Jackets organization, and he has like a whole bunch of sports. Like he has a summer home in PEI.
is that the guy that
Yeah, he was a regular.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, he had like so much like sports memorabilia. Like he had like a signed jersey from like Jason Smith. Like I don't remember being on their stories, but like I can only imagine things like I owned. Jealous.
I've got conveniently an excellent segue into a story I found actually this week.
Speaking of children,
Yeah, children's shows, like things that you watched back in the day. Did you ever watch Art Attack?
No.
I definitely crushed.
I know you did. Art Attack. The people that know it,
Not Heart Attack. Art Attack.
not Heart Attack. Art Attack. Unbelievable show. I used to watch it all the time at the babysitters, and we do the little crafts and all that shit. Yeah, I had a babysitter. My parents weren't. My mom wasn't a babysitter,
That's
so.
a good point right there.
But no, we went to a babysitter. Art Attack. I can't say his name. Neil Buchanan? Sure. Neil Buchanan was on it. Loved that show to death. Apparently he played in the metal band.
Wasn't there two
What?
hosts that show?
And this was your babysitter?
No, not the babysitter. No.
I was gonna say.
The show we watched at my babysitter's. Art Attack.
All I can imagine is like your babysitter showing up looking like Marilyn Manson. I'm here for the night.
No, it's for everybody that knows the show. He was such a happy, upbeat, like, oh, I'm here, I'm chipper, hey, I'm your host of the show, and he has a
He's
super
awesome.
British accent. Get your PVC glue and all this shit, and you're just like, that was very Scottish. But yeah, he had the PVC glue.
Is that a thing?
That was a thing.
I'm no carpenter.
But he was all about
Trust you.
it. Yeah, but apparently he's in a Liverpool-based band formed in the 70s and shared the stage with bands like Judas Priest, Nazareth, Saxon, and
Classic.
which is unreal because all I had in my mind is him on the show Art Attack, being this old dude that like cuts papers and glues shit together.
And prim and proper.
And then next thing you know, he's in this huge metal band. I'm like, what?
What was the band's name?
The name.
It's French.
You say it then.
It's pronounced Marseille.
Marseille.
Which is what major
I've heard of
city.
them.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. He had an art show, which is hilarious. You need to go watch it.
I will.
And the Art Attack, like the best show as a kid you could watch was Art Attack. Hands down. All your friends are like, oh, did you see Art Attack? And I was like, yeah, man. I want to go home and make all the fucking stuff.
Let's try that. And then it worked
And then you look at it, it looks like shit. He turns this giant canvas the size like your house in this amazing picture. Like, I'm gonna do that, and then it just looks like all you ended up drawing was like circles. You're like, it's close, right?
And your mom would be like, yeah, it's dear.
Yeah, good shit.
And then you go home and it's not even on the
It's
one.
burned
Like
out.
not even on the one in the kitchen. It's like the one in the cellar. The fridge is in the cellar.
Your deep freeze.
Yeah.
They don't watch other friends.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
So, Mason, you're the youngest of two, right? You're the youngest of two siblings. Like you're an older sister, and that's it, right? I'm not forgetting one, am I?
Yes, I'm the youngest too.
Isaac, where do you fall in the family?
I
Only
am
child? No.
child number 3 of 4.
Okay. Well, see, I fell in like child number 1 of 3. So the problem is I had to be very good role model sometimes.
But you know
Here's the
what?
problem.
You know what though? The first children always like
Apparently
lay
they
the
get
groundwork
parents.
for the Next chill.
That's what my
Boys
sister
fuck
said.
up way more.
Yeah, my sister's like, you got it so easy. Like, I got shit on all the time. And like, they
Yeah.
just like me more.
Because when they're busy, you should be like, yeah, bitch. Because when they're busy fucking with you, I'm off doing all the shit that you were doing. They don't even realize.
Yeah, there was like a dance in high school she was not allowed to go to. Like, my father would kill her if she went. And I was just like, I'm gonna go to one of these dances. He's like, okay.
Peace.
Just walk off.
Here's $5.
Here's $5. Don't get somebody pregnant.
You know,
And then what?
pugs
That
not
was a long
drugs.
time. Pugs not
Pugs not drugs.
I like pugs. Pugs are probably my favorite dog
See,
ever.
I feel like the exact same thing, but in a better way, because going through school, especially through high school, I didn't really try too hard. And what? You agree with that?
He's finally chewing with his mouth closed.
Doing it.
Yeah, everybody, if you watched last week, or heard last week, you would have heard this obnoxious crunch. Apparently, the first like 3 or 4 chews every time I eat a cheesy,
Like this?
and then my mouth would close. So now every time I bite a cheesy, I look right at him in the eye.
With a perfectly closed mouth. And it pleases me so.
I didn't realize I did it till he put it in there.
Too, I don't know.
So the audio people are, oh, that's a drink!
Yes.
Look at that, 2 episodes in a row. Like, who was it this time? Who are you gonna blame?
My buddy Collin.
Colin, way to go, Colin.
Colin Butler.
Fucked him up, Colin.
Fuck you, bud.
Oh, that's 2!
Fuck me again! Colin, piss off!
Colin, piss off, dude. You're out of
Mine
drink already.
straight.
You gotta fill it up again.
Yeah.
Now or after?
I'll do it after our break.
All right. We're gonna take a quick break. Again, last week we still hit technical difficulties. We're still working on that, but we will get back to you guys in a matter of moments.
I'm gonna say this week, no technical difficulties.
All right. We'll catch you in 1 minute. Welcome back after our brief break there. We got everything situated, and again, we're hoping to make this the perfect podcast.
It's coming.
So,
Perfect's being a little anxious about it.
actually, I started with you last week. I'm pretty sure.
You did, yeah.
Evan, what do you got for us this week?
So last week I made a joke about a member of my favorite bands. and-
Mars Ulrich, right?
Yeah. And speaking about the news again.
Again?
Yeah. We didn't look at the news last week, but like this week he's really the news.
How does someone that's like pushing 60 end up in the news?
Playing metal music?
Still.
I don't know.
Obviously, did something fucked up or did something amazing.
They played at a festival this past weekend in Las Vegas, but it's called Rock in Rio. Get that.
I've seen Rush concert Rock in Rio, but it was
Yeah, usually it's in Rio de Janeiro, like Brazil.
But fuck it, we're in
But
Vegas.
this
We're
one was
in
the American
Rio.
version. So anyways, Metallica was the headliner. They're playing, I think it was Saturday night. And it turns out, for some odd reason, Lars Ulrich was wearing a man thong. I don't know what causes a man thong, but he was wearing a thong. And if people were like, no way, there's a picture proof. There's a picture.
There's a picture group? Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Fuck's
that's
sakes.
another buzz.
Interesting.
That's another one.
Mitchell.
You are getting.
You're gonna call some of this episode. It's gonna be great.
I got nothing. You got nothing?
What's my news this week?
You do have a text.
Who shit themselves?
That was
That
not
was
me.
me, alright. You got me. I didn't realize it was gonna be that bad. Anyways, Lars Ulrich, go ahead.
So and like and it's not like he didn't try to like cover it up. He tried to go skin colored or maybe like hike his pants up a bit. And it's like a bright red thong. And
So do we have like video or picture proof here?
I thought it was a video, but there's definitely no pictures floating on the internet.
Well, we'll have to see.
We'll have to find those and we'll tag them in the video.
Yeah.
I can tell you where to find it after.
Alright, let me know.
It'll be.
That sounds fantastic.
It's
At the same
wow.
time, very unsettling.
I wonder if it's more comfortable when he's drumming. You're a drummer, you know this.
I don't
Admit
really
it,
think about what's
you
going
wear
on
a
down
thong.
here. I don't know what's going on down here when I'm drumming. I'm thinking about everything else, but not.
He also wears skinny jeans, I think. So I don't know like how that in any way,
That might
shape, or
help.
form feels comfortable.
I can't
No
wear
underwear
skinny
lines.
jeans.
That's what girls do, right? They wear thongs, so there's no underwear lines. They're wearing their Lulus or their leggings, right?
Or they're just.
Personally, I
slots.
would just not wear.
Well, some girls do that too, but I think there's lots.
The world needs them.
Or mix them
Sluts
around.
there.
That's right.
Leggings.
Both.
Leggings, like push-up bras
Leggings
for
and
asses.
And sluts. Love that.
Fair enough.
I'm a fan of their work.
So yeah, and it was funny because there was also, I don't know if it was like just the way the stage was set up for this particular festival, or if it was like their VIP area, but there's fans like lined up all along behind him too, just sitting there like staring right at his crap.
What is going on with this?
What's red? What?
Is he bleeding?
Yes. It's just hemorrhoids acting like a middle age,
Oh my
right?
god.
Hemorrhoids and shingles.
At the same time. Oh, that sounds awful. I don't think I can. How do you recover from that?
From wearing a thong?
It's the same text. It's the same text. It just sent twice.
That's true.
But that's twice. It's been sent twice.
But no,
it's been sent
No,
twice.
it's not. It's not sent
It
twice,
hasn't been
though.
sent twice.
It's a reminder so you actually answer it. Because I get those with my girlfriend all the time, so I won't answer it.
Well, then get rid of your fucking thing and so it stops notifying you. Swipe right.
No, it won't do it again now. It only does it twice. Like the first initial time and then the
I
second
think it's
time.
right. I'm about to remember this one. As a brand new
If it goes off again, you gotta drink.
Okay.
Huh?
It'll be a new messenger if it goes off again.
I'm gonna just get handed a Collin right now.
I was hoping like maybe your girlfriend would start texting you a whole bunch in the middle of the podcast.
I hope she
Not
does.
knowing.
Not knowing, but if she does, she's like, that blowjob conversation earlier.
It's happening.
And we really know the content of the. Oh, she's a chew, is she?
Hope her sister doesn't listen. That'd be awkward, wouldn't it?
I think she might.
Good. Good.
But not the end.
I always told my
Sorry
family
about that.
because I don't know how
How to break
embarrassing it is.
those? My mom was like, so I seen your podcast thing go up. I tried to watch it, and I was like, no. I'm like, yeah, I could have told you not to watch it.
You should really want to put it over the PA for her entire high school or Dartmouth.
Yeah, no, I could have told her not to watch. And
I told my dad, I was like, Dad, you might enjoy this. Mom definitely won't. So watch it late at night.
when she's asleep,
She's
and
way gone, yeah.
My parents would be like, well, my father would be like, what the fuck is that? My mom would be like, oh, Isaac, dear, it's a little racy. Little racy.
Hannah, I watch it with her, and she laughs at the stuff we do,
Oh, she would.
which is why it's fantastic. But my mom, like I said, watched it for life. She's like, I tried to watch it, and I couldn't. I'm like, yeah.
Can we try to come up next week with some form of stupid science experiment or something stupid to do?
That one was audible.
I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, take a drink for that.
I did.
Biatch.
That's worth the rest of the beer, because that your arse is rank.
Smash this
Is
beer.
I'm sorry. It's all cheesy.
Your arse spot, she's fucked.
She's fucked, Box.
It's not real cheese.
Some arsehole's
I know,
trying to
that's
shit
right.
behind your back. Oh my god.
I'm kind of glad I know some stuff today.
Well, anyways, while you're producing that, why don't you fill us in on your?
So literally, we did our last podcast Wednesday.
Yes, and it's
Always.
Wednesday again.
So Thursday,
Thursday.
I was scanning the interwebs.
Webs Adventures.
Come across what I thought was
Porn.
an incredible story. This 3-year-old kid from like the UK, all right? You know how they say
I know,
kids this young, like they have strong ties. Like if they're reincarnated, they have strong ties and remember most of the stuff that happened in their previous life.
Sure.
So this 3-year-old kid went to the authorities and said, like, I was murdered in my past life. He said, I can show you where my body is, I can show you who my killer is, and I can tell you how he killed me and where the weapon is hid.
Okay,
At what? 3 years old, the kid, like, he was from some village, like a small village, not in the UK. So anyway, the authorities were like, well, you kind of have to look into it because, like, the kid, like, the killer was still alive.
So, like the full-on reincarnation was like died, immediately came back as a kid, waited 3 years, and was like, hey, now that I can talk.
Yeah, well, this is just the story, right? So anyway, the kid goes to the this village, walks straight up to the guy that he supposedly killed him. He's like, "Hey, I used to be your next door neighbor. You murdered me." And the guy's like, "Go on, kid, shoot." He's like, "No, I can show everybody where the body is." And he was a huge ass meat cleaver that he killed him with. He said, "I can show everybody where the meat cleaver is." And he did. The guy got sentenced.
Fuck. Man, I do believe in reincarnation, but the fact that
I think enough fear
brought back-
3-year-olds is more than anything in that story.
the fact that he came back in the same place, knew the guy.
But it wasn't the same place, right? Like, the kid was born in the UK. He had to travel to some village, like, in South Africa. Because, like, they speak English down there, correct?
Yeah, it's a pretty white-dominated country.
So there was, like, a small village down there, and he's like, yeah, I can show everybody where the body is and exactly where the meat cleaver is that you killed me with. But you bludgeoned me to death and cut me up. So, not only did they actually find the remains of this guy, they found the murder weapon. And they convicted the guy for murder.
That is fucked.
Yeah.
How do you even, that blows my mind.
I thought it was amazing.
Amazing?
I know if you're a 3-year-old more than anything.
You're just scared of children. You shouldn't be around children.
Shit.
I won't bring you around my child.
Sue to Megan's Law.
That is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Because I do believe in reincarnation. I think that when you die, you're done. Some people believe that. That's up to you. I think you die and then you're the next generation.
I think it depends on how you go out.
But the
Like,
problem
clearly,
with
if you were
that,
murdered, unless you were a bad person, and I don't want to say anything else other than that, but unless you were a bad person, like,
you don't deserve to come. Like if you're
I
a shitty
think
person,
if you deserve to come back, I think the chances are pretty good.
Yeah, it's like I imagine. I remember being like 10 years old and being like, so when you die, there's probably a line, and you go to the back of the line when you die, and you walk forward, and you get up, and you're like, hey.
Like the DMV, like, here's your number.
Yeah, you work your way back, and eventually you get to the front of the line, and you're born again. It's like, okay, your turn, perfect day, and you just fall through a cloud, and the next minute you're a baby.
I don't
Here's the vagina.
Because technically, wouldn't that mean there'd never be a population increase or decrease?
No, not that. No, because
Or it's
It's
like,
the
if you
personality.
die at that specific moment that another child is born, you're reincarnated.
I still go with my perception. Even as a kid, it's a line. Like you're like, say my great grandfather died, and he's up waiting his turn.
4 score, 6 years in the past.
200 years later, and it's like, oh, your turn, cool. And he just walks up and alive again as a different person at a different place. Might be a girl, might be a boy.
Which would be fucking retarded because recently, me and Nathan, for most people that might not know it, he's marrying my cousin, so
Banging!
technically
His cousin.
Banging in
we
there,
are somewhat related.
at this point, yeah,
No, we're not at this point, but we will.
getting close.
One of our great aunts recently passed away, and I'm getting to the point, like, for reincarnation, like, it'd be retarded because there was a book found in our aunt's apartment. My great grandfather, it's an old Bible. It was bought in the year 1900. Like, just imagine.
Good number.
And like, I looked at it and I was like, oh, fine. Like you know how you look at something and you get that weird feeling like you should have it. Kind of like Schmeagol. I'm
Yeah.
going back to Schmeagol again with the rat with the ring. But like, I looked at it and I was like, oh damn, I'm getting that feeling here.
The feels?
Yeah, it feels as if like I'm reincarnated as that person. Like it was almost like I looked at it and was like, huh, that's my book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
I know what you're talking about. I've had similar things. It's really weird. Things are like an actual object is attracted to you as
Yeah.
a person. It's like, that's meant to be mine. I got a story similar to that. I won't go into it. We'll talk about it some other time. But it was very similar to that where it's like, that's supposed to be mine. And at the end it was. And it was just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Really weird, but I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So anyway, I asked my grandmother if I could have that. I'm still waiting to see what she says.
Yeah.
Just because it was like, it has the address where it was bought at, the year it was bought
I
at.
mean, in general, that item as a whole is just kind of neat to have, I would think.
Yeah.
Let alone the
It's a
whole
cool item to
feeling.
have. It's a very cool item to have, just because it's
Antique.
it's 4 generations removed from its owner and it's still kicking around today. Like that's pretty cool.
Well, before we get on to our next segment, we're going to take another quick break just to avoid anybody missing. And we are back, and Isaac is worried as fuck because
I know
he's
it's
in the
gonna
middle
go off.
of a text conversation.
I give it less than
It's
34
babysitting
seconds.
my nephews. How can you blame me for that?
It's still a drink. You know the rules. You're the one that made the rule.
Oh God, I know.
That's why I rushed it.
This is gonna go off at least 3 times.
Oh,
Yeah,
how that
yeah.
means family, though.
I'm gonna check mine.
It means
Still good.
nothing is forgotten or left
You
behind.
got anything new?
I'm excited for this next segment. Oh, and new
This
there?
is new.
One.
Yeah, that's one more.
That's 2. There was 2
No,
there.
that was we called it on the first one already. Just
See, I
kidding.
choose to turn my vibrator off so I can help you away without doing it.
But I'm not gonna let you have it. That's why I'm gonna flip it with that. I'll leave mine on too.
I'm gonna say it's gonna go off at least 3 times.
Well, while we wait for that to happen, as you all know, we have a new segment we've been doing.
Any over-unders on that though? I'll take bets for drinks.
Oh, that's I can't.
Any over-unders? On the 3.
So
I agree with you. At least 3.
more or less than
It depends on where your reactions go to.
Over or under what?
What you say?
Like 3.5?
Yeah, we'll go over 3.5, and we'll go under 2.5.
I'll go over.
You go over 3.5. Oh, so that's a drink. That's a
But see,
actually
it's
because
like
you're not
You
drinking.
can give me something.
I'll give you a shot of something,
Oh, fuck my life.
Yes.
and
Excellent.
then do you want to take up on that?
Yeah, I want to say that it's still going to depend on how you reply. You can make that.
I'm not
Because I'm
replying.
replying in
I'm
podcast.
not
That'd be
replying on
rude.
air.
Well, I'm going to say under them.
You're gonna say under? Okay.
Under 3.5.
All right, let's get to your game.
Alright, so we started a new segment, caption contest. I bring up 3 pictures. These guys have to come up with a comment, thought, anything that has to do with that picture. Funniest caption wins. And so far, you've won both.
You've won both,
He's
yeah.
won both, yeah.
Oh, reigning
I
champion.
said reigning champion last week, but now you are the reigning champion. You have not lost. You're 2-0, going in to episode 3 of this game.
Oh.
Are you gentlemen ready?
It's
So
all downhill.
do I get first dibs this
It
week?
goes to you this time.
Okay.
Started with him last time, so here we go. Picture number 1. That's not it,
Loser.
but that is. What have you got for us now? Give me a few seconds, think about it. Survey the picture.
This pussy gonna get wet.
I like that. I like it. You went very literal, but I like it.
Okay.
I like it. That was clever. All right.
Ah.
No pressure. You got time. You got the power right now.
Oh, man.
Your turn, homie man.
Exactly. Give me another 8 seconds.
Sweatpants. Be like water, my friend.
Wow, you just quoted Bruce.
I was looking for inspiration though.
Yeah, no.
People are motivated now across the
You may be
internet.
motivated, but it's all about the humor, and that pussy's gonna get wet. We're gonna have to go with Isaac.
Oh, it tastes skunky.
I'm coming for that ground. I'm coming
You
for that
really blew that one. I'm kind of disappointed in that.
ground. All right, you got a +1 here.
All right, so I just got the heads up on this one. Picture number 2.
So wait.
What?
I say first time, right?
You
Okay.
go first now.
This is terrible.
And 3, 2, 1. Picture 2. It kind of looks like Evan, actually.
Mixed with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Take advantage of that because you have first call.
Oh man. This is the real making of Guinness. Yeah, it's just horse piss. When the horse drinks beer, it's like co-baby. They feed the horse or feed the cow fucking booze all day.
All right.
Massage it.
I like it. I'll go.
I'm on point this week. I got a perfect one
Oh,
for this.
all right. Here we go. Here we go. In
I don't
3,
even need time.
2, 1.
Once it hits your lips, fill it again. From Frank the Tank from.
Okay. Yep. That is. I think that defines it. I think this week, Evan, you have passed the torch on to Senior Isaac here.
Senor
Senor Johnny
He's on a
Marr.
senior, all right.
Ooh,
You fucking baby.
old motherfucker. Well,
Come on,
just
baby girl.
in the spirit of the contest, we're gonna go to picture number 3.
I'm not getting skunked this week.
You're not getting
I'm
skunked.
probably getting skunked this
Isaac
week.
didn't get skunked, but are you ready for picture number 3?
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1. Isaac, you are up first. Ooh.
I think I got one.
Ooh, he's already ready. He's not even up.
Little birdie told you what? Shut your mouth, bitch.
Like the fist punch there.
I can like it. The action when we saw that on the audio. It's
You're
like,
the force? You're the bird. You're the force.
alright, that's good. Alright, okay, I can see this going. What do you got for us?
I think I'm quoting something here. Y'all need a tall, frothy glass of shut the fuck up.
I think in the spirit of what we're doing here right now, we gotta get the point. That's not a mercy point. You have that one. So it is not a complete shutout, but Isaac, you are now the reigning champion of well, not reigning. You are the champion this week of caption contest. Feel good?
Feel good. Feel great.
Real good.
Look good. Feel good. Play good.
Feel good and play good. That's the only way to do it. Thank you all for listening and watching this week. Check us out at chronicverve.com. Follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at chronicverve. Our individual Twitters are
CVJolly15.
Nathan Scribner.
Evan_Richard.
Thank you all for listening, as I said, and we will see you all next week.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Pugs, not drugs.